Read Platform is a non-profit, non-governmental and non-religious platform created to produce ethical millionaires, thought leaders and change agents who are motivated to create positive changes in the sands of time across the globe. Our definition of a millionaire is someone who is able to give $1 million in any currency he or she is earning to a worthy cause of their choice that would bring about transformational effects to the society at large. We aim to produce minimum of 10 millionaires annually across the globe. This, we intend to achieve by providing a platform that supports individuals to develop and maintain healthy habits and make better day-to-day decisions through acquisition of the right knowledge and ideas. We encourage people to reach and fulfill their potentials by exposing them to global leaders, role models, mentors who have made positive impacts in this generation, deploying the social media platform to connect mentees to mentors, a person at a time, a day at a time, a habit at a time. We read a book a month and also have a webinar a month to address aching issues raised in the course of the month. We are poised to raise world-class leaders who will utilize their resources and abilities to affect the change that the world desires.
Our social media handles.
If you really want to do something, you will find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. There are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. I find that the harder I work, the more luck I seem to have. The successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus. The way to get started is to quit talking and start doing. I never dreamed about success. I worked for it. If you believe it, you can achieve it.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. Can you hear me? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm seeing some chats that wants to make me smile. If you're here, can I see you in the chat room? Olabisi, welcome. Nina Lowo, Folarin Shirt, Mininu, Itinu, welcome everybody. Can I have some energy in the chat room? Liberty, always on time, on point. If you can hear me, can I see your responses in the chat room, please? We've started at the speed of light yesterday. Yesterday was phenomenal. Today, yes, we've covered. Today is going to be mind-blowing. And because it is lunch time, we are keeping to time. It's 1 hour for 1 hour. Obviously, we are anticipating. Same here. Hey, Chinaza in the house. Awesome. So if you were here yesterday, can you give us one takeaway? What was the one thing you took away from yesterday? What was the one thing you took away and you've already started practicing? You know, knowledge is only potential power. It's Casey Liberty. Good to see you.
Hello, guys. Good morning. Okay, afternoon here. Good afternoon. I'm sorry, having a bit of a problem with my, I don't know, my connection or the Zoom link or something, but yeah, I'm here. Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
All right.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for joining. Okay, so what was the one thing you took away from yesterday? You've seen on our social media platform, Shola, our speaker for yesterday, he's been quoted into Forbes Council, and you know, we're just creamy. So we have a member of Forbes Council. That's the second person. Paul Fo was the first. And Shola is now a member of the Forbes Council that is come talk to us. So everything she said yesterday, you better hold it to your full chest. Practical. So please, can you tell me one thing you took away from yesterday's session? And start buzzing your friend. Phone a friend to be here. Today is going to be to the next level. What's the one thing you took away from yesterday? Quickly in the chat room. Quick, we don't have time. Yeah, that one shook table bar. It is not my employer's responsibility to make me rich. Entitlement mentality in the house. Let it fly out. Can we have 1, 2 other responses? What did you take home from yesterday? Itunu, Ariola, quickly. Because we are really going to keep to time. Can I just have 1 or 2 more? You can't come for webinars and come and forget what you've learned too. Transformation comes by practicing. It's known for Lauren Shaw, BC has said what she learned. So I'm sure she's in class and she's taking notes. Building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. So we keep at it even though we don't feel like it. Awesome contributions, everyone. I'm going to play the profile of the speakers one more time for those of us that joined a bit late. And after that, we just go straight to the matter of the day. Our speakers are ready for us, and we only have limited time. So please inform your friends to join us. Sorry, I'm trying to share my screen.
Chinaza Favour is a visionary saddled with the burden to transform the minds of individuals, especially the youth, from having a negative definition of themselves to having a proper understanding of who they are through the eyes of God. overcoming their insecurities, and healing from emotional hurts. She is a certified writer, a public speaker, and an advocate for modesty and godly fashion. She is an activist for general wellness, which she calls wholesome living. She believes that for one to have a balanced life, one must take every part of one's life seriously without placing priority on a few and ignoring the others, as well as playing important roles in determining our quality of life. Her sole aim is to inspire people to be the best version of themselves and live a fulfilling life not haunted by the past, unbothered by the present circumstances, and hopeful for the future. All this she does through different channels like her soul-lifting articles, songs, and her talk show, Honest Conversations with Chinaza Favour. She believes that hope for the world is not far-fetched as long as humans, the atomic components of the society, commit to having attitudes and exhibiting characteristics that promote the well-being of others while being a little more kind, a little more patient, a little more forgiving, and a little less judgmental. She is an undergraduate student of psychology at the University of Lagos and the youth ambassador of the La Roche Leadership Foundation. She is also the author of the best-selling book, Who Are You, Really? A book that causes a paradigm shift in the way people perceive themselves to the way God sees them, and Dear Young One, a collection of life letters to the youth from the perspective of a fellow young person. Her mantra is healing for the world begins with healing in us. You can connect with Chinaza Favour on her social media handles: Facebook, Chinaza Favour, LinkedIn, Chinaza Favour, Instagram @Chinaza Favour_, Telegram @Chinaza Favour, YouTube, Chinaza Favour, WhatsApp +234 8142910398. 398. Email chinazafavor408@gmail.com. Oyugboh, Liberty, is an experienced problem solver with a demonstrated history of works in the digital space. He is skilled in advancing problem solving, computer networking, blockchain, and web technologies. In 2014, he led a team that won the first edition of the Innovate Lagos competition, a competition organized by the Lagos State government to foster growth through innovations from young minds in secondary schools. In 2018, he made an automated changeover switch that makes life easier for users by regulating power transfer between multiple power sources. In March 2019, he came up with another system that allows users to remotely regulate their appliances from anywhere in the world via their mobile phones. He was the overall winner at the TechPoint Inspired Technovation Challenge, held on the 1st of June 2019. Another of his solutions was among the top 100 in the 2020 Africa vs. Virus Challenge, a program organized by the African Development Bank in collaboration with various organizations to tackle the spread of COVID-19 in Africa and the world at large. The program attracted over 25,000 participants across the continent of Africa. He is the founder of the Blockchain with Liberty podcast and the co-founder of C-Track Solutions, a startup in Lagos that focuses on building tech products that makes it easier for entrepreneurs to carry out their business activities. He is also the co-founder of Move Phones, a platform that makes it super easy for hardworking Nigerian entrepreneurs to receive global payments into their Nigerian bank accounts in minutes. Liberty is an ambitious innovator whose goal is to raise an army of innovators to help build the leading tech company in Africa that is capable of competing globally.
Read Platform is a non-profit, non-governmental and non-religious platform created to produce ethical millionaires, thought leaders and change agents who are motivated to create positive changes in the sands of time across the globe. Our definition of a millionaire is someone who is able to give $1 million in any currency he or she is earning to a worthy cause of their choice that would bring about transformational effects to the society at large. We aim to produce minimum of 10 millionaires annually across the globe. This, we intend to achieve by providing a platform that supports individuals to develop and maintain healthy habits and make better day-to-day decisions through acquisition of the right knowledge and ideas. We encourage people to reach and fulfill their potentials by exposing them to global leaders, role models, mentors who have made positive impacts in this generation, deploying the social media platform to connect mentees to mentors, a person at a time, a day at a time, a habit at a time. We read a book a month and also have a webinar a month to address aching issues raised in the course of the month. We are poised to raise world-class leaders who will utilize their resources and abilities to affect the change that the world desires.
Our social media handles.
If you really want to do something, you will find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. There are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. I find that the harder I work, the more luck I seem to have. The successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus. The way to get started is to quit talking and start doing. I never dreamed about success. I worked for it. If you believe it, you can achieve it.
Okay, amazing, amazing, amazing. So thank you, everybody. Welcome to day 2 of READ 2022 Summit. And today is really very emotional for me because I have 2 young people that are coming to challenge us, as in today's brain reset. You know, yesterday we had Shola, and it's easy to look at our qualification, look at our age, look at all of that and go like, oh, you're lucky, when I get there, I will do that. And today we are taking it to another level. We are going to be having Liberty, and we are going to be having Chinaza tell us their stories. One of the things that Shola told us yesterday that for me was a very big take home, because I see it a lot in our society, is don't blame anybody. So if you're still on this platform and you're blaming your manager, you're blaming your parents, you're blaming your location, oh, it is because I'm in Port Harcourt, it's because I'm in Ghana, wherever you're listening, because we're streaming live, wherever you're listening to us from, or wherever you are situated, and you still believe that somebody else aside from you is responsible for where you are. That's the mindset we want to debunk today, so that you're going to move from where you are to where you are supposed to be. I don't want to take time, because when they finish, we are going to be unpacking very shortly, same thing as we did yesterday. So with no further ado, with Reed's energy in the chat room, please can you welcome Liberty for me. Liberty, you have the floor. The next voice you'll be hearing is Liberty.
Hello, everyone. I believe I'm audible. You guys can hear me. How you guys doing? Let me check the comments. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. This is a privilege to be here. Thank you very much, the Read community. It's an honor to be with amazing people here. I can see beautiful faces, amazing names, and it's an honor to be here. It's an opportunity. It's a privilege to be a part of you. Um, yeah, I'm not going to take much of your time. We're just going to get into it. So the topic is against all odds. Now, initially, I was thinking I would take this and just do some definitions and just tell you some things, but I feel this should be a time to connect, right? This should be a time to um, understand each other and see that we're all humans and we're all connected. And there's a connection, right? We're all connected. There's a connection between all of us. And you can take from someone else's story and be able to materialize their success or their struggles or their process even, and adapt it into your own life and be able to transform that into something that you want for yourself. So against all odds, when people when you hear this, it's majorly for it to be against all odds, it means that you're going somewhere, right? There's something that you want, and so you've realized that it's your responsibility to go through all whatever obstacles that comes your way to get to wherever you want. And so what I'm going to be telling you today are just some key points that have helped me in my life to where I am today, and how you can apply some of these things into your own life and be able to get results. Now, if you're not able to hear me, just let me know. If I need to slow down or anything, just let me know. All right. So these are not things that of course, I learned some of them from books, but these are things that are very particular to my life. These are things that I've gone through. These are things that are, applied in my own life through my journey to where I am today. And so if you're to go against all odds, if you're going to go through all the obstacles to get to wherever you want to be, the first thing you need to understand is you need to find direction. And part of that is knowing exactly what you want, right? So if you're going to go against all odds, it means that you definitely have somewhere that you're going, right? If you don't have a goal, why do you have to go against any odds, right? You can just as well just relax and become a nobody. Yeah, I mean, because there's no goal. And right, so the first thing you need to understand is you need to find direction. So I'm going to break this into two parts. The first part is knowing who you are. What are you? And then the other part is knowing what you want. That's the goal. Before you get to the goal, you need to know the kind of person that you are. So the first question here is, who are you? Right? You're not everybody. You're not me. You're not Chinaza. You're not Tumininu. You're not Nina Lowo, right? You're you, right? Every individual is different from every other individual. If it were not so, it would just be only one human on the planet. And so for the sake of diversity, we're different. So who are you? What works for you probably might not work for the next person. It makes you different. So you need to find who you are. Now, when I say who you are, it sounds vague. So I'm going to break it down a bit more. Now, when looking for who you are, the first thing you need to know, there are some scientific studies that have gone through this, that have, given us some tools to be able to understand personality types. So that's the first place I'm going to start from. I don't know how, I have no idea the kind of audiences here, but I feel these are young people. And so the first thing you need to do here in knowing who you are is to know your personality type. What's your personality type? A lot of people don't pay attention to this. That's because a lot of people are just copying every other person. When I was in secondary school, I mean, you all have gone through this, hopefully, right? There are science, commercial, and arts, right? So when you're moving from the junior secondary to the senior secondary, you have to choose between art, science, and commercials. And so you have the teachers asking you, what would you like? What class would you like to be in? What department, right? Would you like to be in? Is it science? Is it commercial? Is it art, right? And there are a lot of people that choose a particular department based on the fact that their friends are also in that department, right? And so later on, you see people failing in class, getting frustrated. And why? The reason why is they didn't choose. They didn't decide where they want to be. They didn't have a goal. Just they chose that particular department because they have their friends there, or the class is more popular, or it has the favorite teacher, or so on and so forth. But that's not how it works. How it works is it starts from you, knowing what you want for yourself, knowing who you are, knowing what works for you, knowing what makes you feel better, knowing what makes life easier for you. Let me give you another story. I think this was analyzed by about Einstein, and he was talking about a monkey and a fish and the competition between them. And this is the key thing. I'm just going to paraphrase. It says, you can't be a fish, or you can't be a monkey and expect to win a competition of swimming or a swimming race with a fish. These are different species, right? A fish is very good in the water. It can do and undo in the water, right? A monkey is an entirely different species, right? What it can do is they can climb. They are very good with the land. And so when you're comparing a fish and a monkey, and then you put them in the water and then try to analyze who can swim the best, you're obviously giving the advantage to the fish because that's its environment. That's its advantage, right? And you can't bring out the fish from the water and then and compare them and say, oh, let's see who can climb the tree the best. It's definitely going to be monkey. And so you have to get this right from the very beginning. Are you a fish? Are you a monkey? What is your advantage? What are you between those? I'm just using that, right? You're not a fish, you're not a monkey. But what I mean is, there are people that are very good at a particular thing. There are people that can talk very well. They're very good at talking. There are people that are very good with engineering. There are people that are good with medicine. What are you good at? So the problem comes when someone who is very good at athletics is trying to compete with someone who is a tech genius, or someone who is very good at, speaking. It's not that the world is not fair or life is not fair. It's that you've not recognized your advantage. So you're looking for opportunities in places that are not advantageous to you. And so in order to get this right from the very beginning, you need to know who you are. What is your advantage? What is your personality type? So we have different personality types. So I recommend, if you've not done this, go to 16personalitytypes.com and analyze yourself. See what works for you. What makes you angry? What makes you happy? What do you love? What do you like to do? What makes life simple for you? All right. Analyze all of these things. When you do this, it gives you an idea. It shows you what your advantage is. So next time, you're a fish. And when there's a competition between who can climb the highest tree, you're not going there. Rather, you're going into the water to understand, to take advantage of who you are, your personality. This one thing can transform your life. Trust me, it helps me a lot. You're wasting your time every time that you're trying to compete in a place that you do not belong. It's fundamental. You can't go around. Of course, sometimes you can try so hard, but a monkey can only try so hard under the water. In order to take full advantage of your potential, you need to understand who you are and then take all of that and apply it in places that are advantageous to you. If you don't get this right, life will be difficult. That's just it. It's the way the world works. It's the system. So understand that. Understand what makes you happy. Realize your emotions. what time do you work best? Some people, they are very good at working at night. Some people during the day, they can't do anything. They fall asleep. There are so many people that go through this. It's not that you are lazy. No, you're trying to compete in a place that you don't have an advantage at, right? Understand that. Take note of that. It's very important. Now, when you understand this, understanding this, let me give you a tip. Sometimes a lot of us grow up with our family, with our friends, with our schoolmates, our partners, and so on. We never really have the time to really analyze ourselves to know who we are. And so we're always moving with the bandwagon. Just because everyone is doing the thing, let me just join them, right? My friends are going to play football, let me join them. My friends are going to this particular department in school. They're studying social arts, they're studying social science, they're studying psychology. Just because my friends are doing this thing, let me do it. But you are not your friends. You guys are created differently, right? And so what I want to give you the tip here is sometimes your advantage is not realized with the mob. Sometimes your advantage is not realized with the family. Sometimes your advantage is not realized when you are with your friends. Sometimes you need to take yourself on a break, go on an isolation to truly rediscover who you are and ask some certain questions. I don't know again, but yeah, we all have our different stages in life. But if you have the capacity, take a week off, go on a break, stay alone with yourself. If you have the money, go to a hotel, right? If you don't have, if it's just find something and sit down, take a jotter, take a journal, and write down the things, what you've observed so far about your life, who you are, what makes you happy, the things that you do the best. Write all of these things to truly discover yourself. Because when you continue to move with everyone, when you continue to move with the bandwagon all the time, you will never truly discover who you are and what your advantages are. There's some people that are geniuses in various departments of life, but they will never discover their genius because they're always moving around with the different set of people that are not inclined or aligned with the advantages. And so it's important you understand who you are. And sometimes you have to take a break. You have to isolate yourself to truly discover yourself. Jesus Christ did this. I don't want to go into religion right now, but yeah, 40 days and 40 nights to fast. If you need to fast, you can do it, right? Do what works for you. But yeah, discover yourself. That's the most important thing there. I didn't even know it was a panel session. Okay, yeah, okay, so discover yourself, and then what do you want to be remembered for? This is the goal. So you discovered yourself, you know who you are. Now, what do you want to be remembered for? Right? When you understand what you want to be remembered for on your dying bed, right? The things you want to look back at and say, yeah, I really did something with my life and I'm satisfied with what I've done so far. When you realize this and you know who you are, it brings you to the next level. I'm just going to rush through this because I was thinking it was just going to be, sorry, I think there's kind of, communication there. Yeah, but yeah, when you realize all of this will help you to find the right people. So you know who you are, you know what works for you. The next thing is, you know what you want for yourself. You know the things you want to achieve, right? The next thing is, you need to find the right people, because without people, you are nothing. The president without people is nobody. Who is the most powerful, richest man? Elon Musk. Without people is nobody. And so sometimes what makes people is not really them. Sometimes it's the people. If you're in a meeting, if you're in a room, you are not in that room, right? There are a couple of people in a room trying to make decisions, and there's nobody there to recommend you, or there's nobody there to speak for you. Life kind of gets difficult. What's your responsibility? Find key people that will drag you. Because sometimes your friends will not want to drag you. Sometimes your friends are very light on you. They don't want to. Well, this is it. I would rather prefer someone who would drag me through a hard road. You know that rough road, I would rather prefer someone who will drag me through there to realize my goal than someone who will pat me on the back, at the back, so we can lie down on the bed and just play all day. And so find those people that will lead you or will help you through your goal, through wherever you want to be in life. Now, finding these people is not easy. Sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice. Sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice, for a very long time before these people can take notice of you. I don't have much time, so I'm just going to rush through this. Find people, and there are different categories of people. There are your friends, the normal acquaintance, people you go out and play with. There are other categories of people, that those that advise you, those could be mentors or anything. Then there's the third level, which is the highest part. Take note of this. These are people, it can just be one person in your life. If you're lucky, if you can have this kind of person. This is the person that if you commit a crime today, I learned it from Pastor PK, right? This are the people or the person that if you commit a crime today, you can open your heart to this person. And when you are done, I did this, I did that, I did this and that and that. And when you're done, the person will not ask you why. The person will ask you, what do we need to do to resolve this? Or what's the next, the next step? What do I mean? The person will not judge you. When you find this kind of people, keep them, right? And I wish I didn't have time to talk about all of this, but it's going to take you sacrifice. It's going to take you selfless love to find these people. And then you need to find the right tools. The right tools are your education, your patience, your good character, the books you read, motivational videos. I don't have time to analyze all of those things again. I don't know. We can go through this one more time, probably later. And then last thing I want to talk about, I probably might come to this later, but it's learning to find the good in everything and not comparing yourself to anybody. I don't know how this is going to be structured. Maybe I should ask. Can I ask when are we moving to the what's it called? The panel session?
Once you're through, we are going to have Chinaza speak, then we'll go to the panel session.
I'm sorry. Okay, I think that's it. Probably when I have the time, I, tell you about that. But that's it. I hope you're able to pick some things, right? Know who you are, know where you want to be, find the right people to get you there, find the right tools, right? That's the key point.
Thank you very much, Liberty. Yes, we know we are constrained for time, but that was an amazing startup. I'm looking forward to the panel session, and we'll be doing a lot of unpacking there. So because of time, I don't want to do too much highlight. So let's have Chinaza. 15K. Chinaza, I saw that and I was like, I refuse to be intimidated. You will not intimidate me. 15,000 followers, Sha. Cut me some soap. Amazing. Nice to have you here.
Good. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Good afternoon, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here. Hello, Liberty. That was a very wonderful session.
Hello, Chinaza. Welcome.
Thank you very much. It was powerful. So, the funny thing here is that when I heard panel session, I didn't know I was going to take some time to talk, especially before we now get to discussing. Panel sessions for me are usually maybe you ask questions and you answer and all that. It's just both of us. But when I saw that, okay, I would need to spend a couple of minutes to talk, I said, okay, why not I just look at it from this perspective, right? So against all odds, when I saw that topic, something moved within me, because we are in a world where everything is trying to put us down. Everything is just against us. Specifically, if you're a Nigerian, I don't think there is. Someone was saying sometime, God, if any Nigerian dies, let the person just go to heaven because we already experienced hell here, So everything is just trying to put us down. Everything is just trying to get you to give up on whatever it is that you want to do. And I would like to share a little bit of my story. I come from a single mom. Okay, I was born into a broken home. Well, not broken, but I was born out of wedlock. Let me start from there. And then as a child, I experienced lots of things, sexual abuse by different men that wanted to mess me up. Then my teenage years, I say this, but people don't really understand it. I don't remember my life as a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old, and a 14-year-old. I don't remember what happened in my life within those 3 years because I was trying to run away from that person that was more like a sex tool to these pedophiles. More like every man that I met wanted to have me. Everyone. And, I had identity crisis. I had lots of things going wrong with me, but I didn't tell anyone. To other people, I was a thriving teenager, even though I always kept to myself. But, I tried to associate when there was need. I didn't tell my mom what was going on with me. I didn't tell my sisters. I didn't tell my siblings. It was just me battling my demons. And so that made me very, very insecure. It made me hate myself to the point that my speech disgusted me. Like I changed, if I could afford plastic surgery, I would have gone to change my whole look at the time. I changed the way I smile. I changed I changed the way I walk. Swallowing my speech was a very big problem, because I was running away from my experiences. It continued until I was 18, the molestation and all that. But then I told myself when I turned 19, I said, Chinaza, you can't continue running like this. You have to take your life by your hand. And so I looked myself in the mirror one day and I said, Chinaza, look, you are beautiful. You are worthy of love. You are amazing. You are brilliant. I told myself all these beautiful things just to kind of change that programming I already had in my head that I'm terrible, I'm ugly, I'm not good enough, I'm dull. Even though in my class, I switched from arts. I went to a private school, so we didn't do commercials. It was arts or sciences. So when I was in SS1, I was an art student, but then I wasn't finding anything difficult there. So I told my teachers, I want to switch to science. I want to switch to sciences in SS2, I think second term. I switched to sciences. They didn't, they're like, Chinaza, are you okay? Sciences. I said, yes, just leave me there. I was in the top 5. So why would I even feel like I was dumb? Why would I even feel like something was wrong with me? So I began to look at my life and I saw that, Chinaza, you are not responsible for these things that happened to you. You didn't do anything wrong for these people to do these things to you. But if your life is going to change, you have to change your perspective and you have to take responsibility from now onwards. Because when I turned 21, I continued defining myself by the things that have happened to me. Oh, if not for that man, if not for that first person that molested me when I was 8 years old, if not for this person, if not that my mom even had me safe, I wouldn't be going through all this. So I went even to the roots. I was blaming everyone except me. But the moment I said, Chinaza, you have to live, that's the first point here. You have to let your past remain what it is. You have to let your life, from now onwards, you have to begin to choose from this point what you want your life to look like. You have to take responsibility for your life. I'm glad that was talked about yesterday because really nobody is responsible for you. I mean, the way your life turns out, nobody is responsible for that. You may not have caused what happened in your past, but the truth is, you have the choice to create the life that you want now. You don't have to keep blaming anyone. Your parents, they didn't send you to school. So what? What do you do from now on? Because if you continue, what I call it is pity party. Pity party. Some people know how to host pity parties. Like they don't get tired of hosting pity parties. And even though it costs them a lot, they still are okay with the and the sorry that they usually get from those pity parties. So what I tell people is stop hosting and throwing pity parties around. Stop looking at who didn't help you, how your life didn't go well, how you didn't have the right foundation, how you didn't, many things that happened in your life, you were not responsible for them, no problem, but you're responsible for what happens now and what will happen in the future. Recently, there is this quote that is going on that keeps coming to my mind every single time, and that is, what you are today, where you are today, is as a result of the decisions you made yesterday. Whatever height you've been able to achieve today is as a result of the decisions you made yesterday and the things that you allowed in your life yesterday. And what will happen in your future, who you will become in the future, will be based on the decisions you are making today, the things you are choosing to do and not do today. It's going to affect you. In fact, it's going to shape the trajectory of your life. And so personally, for me, I got on this path because of my experiences. I could have chosen, I wanted to be a medical doctor, actually. I'd always loved medicine. I loved cleaning wounds. The sight of blood didn't freak me out. In fact, I said I wanted to be a surgeon, so I will be cutting stomachs and cutting brains, all the cuttables. And that was why I moved to sciences later on in my senior secondary school. But I saw within 2018, 2019, something happened in my life that I'm not willing to share right now, but it changed my outlook on life. It changed every single thing about me. That was when I saw maybe this medicine path, because I sought admission for 7 years. I just gained admission. It's funny. So that was when I told myself, maybe this medicine path is not for you. I need to start focusing on the mind, because it is a part of the human existence that attention is not paid. So I began to read more about the mind. I began to gain more knowledge, consume more content on the way humans work, try to understand human behavior. And then I looked at the world. I mean, we keep saying that there is wickedness and corruption and everything that is wrong with our world. But then if you look at it quite critically, you see that all these things all start with the most atomic part of the society, which are the human beings, or which is the human being. We are the atomic part of this whole world. And if we want a better world, if we want a world where there is no negativity, where there is kindness and love, we have to commit to that. So against all the things that have happened to me, I decided on my own that I'm not going to allow my negative experiences to define me anymore. I decided to turn those negative experiences into a story. So the last point that I have here is to own your story unashamedly. Whatever you've experienced in the past, you can use it for good. You can use it it could be a driving force for your purpose and for whatever it is that you can achieve tomorrow. You grew up in a very poor background or in a very poor environment. Own it and use it to transform your life and decide that your generation will not be poor. My generation cannot be this poor. They cannot sow gari and drink. So against all odds, against everything that has happened to you, you can decide to make a new move, make a new commitment to your life, that today I am choosing to own my story, to let the past be what it is and take responsibility for my life, because nobody is responsible for me. I am responsible for myself. I think that's where I would drop for now.
Amazing. The amazing Chinaza. That was awesome. Against all odds. So we are moving very quickly to the panel session. I'll be taking liberty first. I'm sure a number of us can connect with Chinaza and connect with our story. And everybody here has some stories. You might not be willing to share yours. You might not have matured enough to share yours the way Chinaza has shared hers. And that's why we are having this conversation against all odds. what are the odds that you're battling against that is limiting you? I was privileged to connect with these two amazing people in a networking session in December. And you've seen their profile. For those of you that joined late, please watch the replay. When I looked at their profile, I said, see these people that times two their age, intimidating me. As in, like, I was intimidated. I won't lie, I said that. I first left all of you to be talking. I was like, I was hearing, I've done this, I've done that. You've seen that she's written 2 books. I like, to me, what have you done with your life? Like, I couldn't talk. I said that I'm hardly intimidated, but this one, this guy intimidated me to silence. And when you see the profile, when you see the glory before the story, you are tempted to think that it's because God was extra special or God favored them, or, they were just lucky. Dangote is their father. Elon Musk, they must be related to Elon Musk somehow. I was reading somewhere and they're like, the current generation of billionaires in America, over 90% of them are first generation billionaires. What that means is that they do not come from rich background. So your background is not your problem. And that's why we are talking against all odds. What are the odds you are contending against? Now, we've seen Liberty, the high-tech tech, and he's talking about something that people close to me know that I don't joke with it. The law of network. You are as good as the people around you, and you are as poor as the people around you. Your poverty is your choice. Your progress is your choice. If you stay around someone like Chinaza, someone like Liberty, you will keep on hearing things. You keep on getting information. So in the same vein, if you stay around people that every time they talk, your condition is worse than when you started. There are people that you go and meet them for ideas. By the time they are through with you, the small confidence you have, they finish it.
Battery low.
Battery low. And those are the people that are your best friend. It's your choice. So, Liberty, we've moved into the panel session very quickly. Can you tell us a bit of your story? We know right now you're in Brazil. You're even giving us the phone thing, at least. Chinaza and I, we are still speaking Niger English. So, has it always been like this? Has it always been like this?
It's been crazy. I've been through hell, and I mean hellfire. And people will know. People will see me and say, "Oh, you're fresh. You're speaking English." I came from the deepest part of Nigeria, from a village. From the age of 0 till the age of, I think, 12, I never saw a TV. Okay, that's TV. When I was younger, okay, yeah. I don't know what parental love is. I don't know what it means. I never lived with my parents, like have family, where you have family, you have all of that. I never had that. My mom, there was a time in our lives where my mom would have to go get loans to just feed us, just for feeding. And then every week she gets a new loan, and then she works the previous week to repay the loan. Then she takes another loan, and then she works throughout the week to pay that loan. And then that's how our lives. We didn't have, the only means of survival where I came from were villagers, right? My mom is not educated. I don't think she has primary 6. My dad, he probably made it to probably SS1, I don't know, right? And so that's where I came from. Let me just give you a snip. So the thing is, we didn't have, so for you to survive in my village, you had to be a farmer. And for you to be a farmer, you need to be a man, because you have to first cultivate the land. And that requires you cutting down trees. And women could not do that. And I was still with my mom. I wasn't born out of wedlock, like just like Chinaza, right? And so I had to stay with my mom. And so what she would do is, a land that has already been cultivated and harvested, she'll go to the people's the owner of that land, right, is being harvested. Everything has been taken up. We now go there to take permission and ask if we could go through the harvested land and see some, something, if there's anything there at all to eat. And so all of us, before you can, it's not like there's a farm, no, it's harvested and gone. So we have to still take permission to go through that and to get permission to be able to go through the
Oh, we are losing Chinaza. I'm sorry, we are losing Liberty. Or is it my network? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so it is not my network, okay? While is coming back on, I'm sure as in like, I'm almost getting emotional listening to Chinaza and Liberty, despite the fact that I've heard the stories before. Now, why are we bringing this up? We are not glorifying abuse. As Chinaza said, abuse is wrong, abuse is bad. We are not glorifying poverty. It's wrong that a child should not have access to basic necessities of life. But what we are bringing to fore is, I don't know what your excuses are. I don't know what you think your limitation is, because it's just what you think the limitation is. I am not sure any of you has experienced half of what these guys are describing. And you've seen their profile, you're seeing, and you've seen, they are both very young people going places. Chinaza, I mean, it's not fair. Now, Chinaza is just in 100 level. When you graduate, and he's still in school also. By the time you guys graduate, I'm looking at the exploits. And yes, this is basically an African community. As we said, this is a panel. We are challenging ourselves. Africa today is called the dark continent. And yes, I know Chinaza was on that platform. And somebody was challenging us that, is it possible that the reason why Africa is still a dark continent is because you are not shining your light?
Yes.
So as Liberty said, what is your unique edge?
Advantage.
You know, one of the things I loved about Liberty's story is he has not only, and they will be sharing some tips with us, we're looking at the time, he has not only liberated himself, and the same thing with Chinaza. That's why I love those two people so much. They are liberating others. So how do you turn your story to your glory such that we reposition? We are the generation that has the advantage, and that is our advantage. We are the generation that has the advantage of repositioning Africa. Note, I'm not talking just Nigeria. Repositioning Africa, that when the next generation is reading your story, and you are the ancestors, the same way we are reading about the ancestors today, what would the next generation say about your story? What would you say about this? You know, Chinaza is coming up to say, yes, I was a victim of abuse. This is this. And let's listen to Liberty. Liberty, I need for you to tie up with, when did your aha moment come? Chinaza was able to tell us, when I was 18, I told myself. Yeah. So I was 12 and I've never seen a TV. And I did not decide that for me to get a TV, I have to go and steal. You know, people say the reason why there is crime is because there is lack. I beg to disagree. Data tells us otherwise. During the Great Depression, permit me to use Western data because their data is kind of more reliable. We are still working on our data. But during the Great Depression in America, history has it that the crime rate was at all-time low. So it is not deprivation that brings crime, it is mindset. So the reason why you are stealing is not because you don't have money, it's because you're a thief. So you need to first agree on that and stop being a thief. Then we'll take it forward. So Liberty, please tell us, when did your aha moment come?
Yeah, so I said all of that and so many, there are days when, I'll be in school, exams, and I'm drinking Gary, and sometimes there's no Gary to soak, and I'm writing exams. It's crazy, right? We've been through all of that. But yeah, last month, my startup I'm co-founding crossed over $150,000 worth of transactions.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, but we've moved from all of that to where I'm in Brazil, by the grace of God. I've figured a couple of things out of, I'm still moving though. Yeah, I'm still trying to, but yeah, I've gotten somewhere, right? But how did this all change? Let me tell you the fact. This all changed when I realized that there was no one, right? And I don't like where I'm coming from. I hate it, right? I don't like my background. I want to have a beautiful family. And so for me to switch from where I'm coming from to where I want to be, nobody is coming to help me. So it's my responsibility to take myself from where I am to where I want to be. Nobody is coming to save me. When I realized this, I realized that it's time for me to start taking the right step to wherever I want to be. But first, I had to make that realization that it is my responsibility to take myself from where I am to where I want to be. That's just it. And I realized that at a very young age, because the hardship has wired my brain. Okay, come. Nobody is coming to give you akara, akamu, and tell you, hey, not everything. No. I've seen it. And so if I want a better life for myself, it is my responsibility. I realized that at a very young age. And guess what? Let me just give you this. It was the environment positioning. I told you I was living in a boys' quarter of a barrack. You know what a barrack is? I was living in a boys' quarter of that barrack. And we're living in a room. I was living with about 7 people in a room. Now, in that room, it's like a row. Out of that row, there are 12 rooms. That 12 rooms have an average of 5 people living in it. And all of those 12 rooms are using the same toilet. Yes, that's where I'm from. And so what position was environment? Your environment is not your physical location. No. You have your physical location where you live. You have your environment. Your environment is in your head. I saw what was going on in my location. I saw what was going on in Nigeria. My people around were doing drugs and doing all sorts of things. But I went through the internet and I saw a different life. I saw how children were making amazing stuff, how people were building robots, how people were building mobile applications, how people were doing fantastic things. And I said, no, this is my location, but my environment is different. And so when people are, let's go and play football. I'm not saying you shouldn't play football, right? I'm just using that as an example. Right? People are saying, let's go and do this, that, and that. Does your environment align with their environment? Right? So I realized that that's not what I want for myself. And so I had to focus on the things that I could see in the future and start taking those actions. And so sometimes your location might be very rough, but when you are looking at what you've been able to see and what you want for yourself is absolutely totally different. And then what you need to do is take a step and decide that this is what I want for myself. And for me to get to where I want to be, it is my responsibility to take myself there. I think
wow. Like, wow. Your environment is different from your location, and you are responsible for creating that environment in your mind. So, okay, Chinaza, over to you. Liberty spoke about something very powerful, and yes, I emphasized on it because it's something that's really helped me in my life also. People. You can't go far without the right people. There are some rooms you can never enter unless people open doors for you. And because we are very religious in this part of the world, and it's part of what bothers me, but that's topic for another day. Why is it that on a higher percentage, and you can go and do the research, the most religious countries are the poorest countries? Religion is seeming to tie with poverty, but we'll talk about that. It's topic for that was symposium discussion. But yes, we hear all these prayer points. Oh God, give me helpers of destiny. Let my helper of destiny locate me. So Chinaza, based on your experience, how do you locate the right people? There are people here that believe that if only I got somebody to help me. And the truth is we're all helped. We're all helped by someone. Yes. So how do you locate these helpers of destiny, and how do you get them to be attracted to help you? Thank you.
Okay. So the first thing is what Liberty said when he started his talk in the beginning. He said, know who you are and know where you're going, right? So if you don't get those two right, you will not get any other thing right. It's very, very important. You have to be very, very clear. Okay, for me, it's not crystal clear, but I have an idea of where I'm going, right? Clarity comes from doing, okay? So I know that this is where I want to get to. And I know that I'm a huge loner. I don't like interaction. I'm sorry. I don't like talking to anyone. Leave me in this room. I can be here for one whole month. Nobody will know that I'm around. But for the purpose of where I'm going, for the sake of what I need to achieve, I need to change that understanding. I need to change that mindset. I need to change that side of me. Well, I'm still a loner, but once it is time for me to associate or connect or network, I immediately make that switch in my head, right? So you have to know who you are. Claire, please go and take that test on 16 personalities test. John Obidi recommended it in November or September last year. And I took it. My God, it was just it was creepy. It was creepily accurate. So go and take it. It's going to be very, very helpful. Now, when you are clear on who you are and where you are going, look at people who are already on that path, who have gone ahead of you. It is very, very important. Well, for me, there aren't many people who are doing what I want to do, but there are people who are doing something similar to what I want to do, okay? And this is what I did. To get their attention, this is what I did. On social media, thank God for social media, because if not for social media, I don't know how we would have connected. I mean, it would take me how many millions to get to speak with Liberty or get to speak with you, Ma, and every one of you here. But thank God for social media. So you can easily connect with the people that you want to. You have to be strategic. You have to be very, very strategic with how you connect. So recently, it's still blowing my mind because recently 4 people that I really look up to, like really, really look up to, just followed me on Instagram. And each one that followed me, I take a screenshot and keep it. I take a screenshot and keep it. You know, why? Because I was rightly positioned. I was doing the right things. So first of all, I was already adding value. I was already doing something valuable. You cannot want to associate with people doing great things when you're not doing anything. What are they going to see in you that will make them to want to associate with you? Well, not really associate with you as per their level, but they want to see something in you. Maybe there should be a glimpse of light in you that they want to help you magnify. All right. So what are you currently doing? You have to start doing something that is aligned with where you want to get to. You have to have a purpose. You have to have a mission. You have to have something that you're doing. Please show forth your light. Shine your light. I love that part of the scripture. Let your light so shine. Don't be ashamed. Don't think that you are not good enough. It's the topic I'll be treating in my talk show this evening at Honest Conversations. Don't think that you're not good enough to show off what you can do. Don't think that people are going to judge you. Stop being so self-critical. Take away that imposter syndrome, for crying out loud. You are good. You have something. You know something. So put it out there. Your social media is now your profile. It's not your CV. It's what people will get to see before they get to know who you are or get to know you on a personal level. So let there be some sort of something visual that they see, something tangible that they can see and say, okay, this person is doing something. Right? So what I did, I'm already doing something beautiful, I believe. Now, for let me use how I connected with Jonobidi. Jonobidi, my papa for life. I got to know about him in 2020 during the Head Start Summit from a book I was reading. The person mentioned him as the person that she follows. I went and sought immediately. Who is this human being doing this thing? I was already doing amazingly well on Facebook before I got to know about Jonobidi. But I was like, Chinaza, hi, what have you been doing with your life all this while? Oh? I had 20,000 on Facebook already, but I knew that there was that place for intentionality and clarity of purpose and mission on what you want to do. So I would comment on his post, on everyone he posts, not strategically. It wasn't a strategy that I had in mind, but looking back now, I see that is what I did that helped me to gain access to him, right? I would comment on his posts and, what I learned. That way he was able to, I think there's someone called Chinaza Favour, but he didn't bother to check, right? My name was already kind of registered in his head, because once I comment, people will go there and start commenting, replying. And some days when he posts and I don't comment, people come to my inbox and tell me, Chinaza, Jonobidi has posted, or we've not seen your comment. It was more like they were waiting for me to comment so that they can now add their own contributions. Now, in 2021, last year, I got a chance, like very slight opportunity like this. I commented on his Instagram story and he replied. I said, did you just reply me? Did you just reply me? He laughed. Oh, I said, I have always wanted to tell you this. I told myself that any chance I get, because I am very vulnerable, I'm very open-minded, and that has helped me to connect on a deeper level with people, right? So I told him, I've always told myself this, that every chance I get, I will tell you what I want to tell you now. I took time and I wrote a very long note. I wrote and sent to him. At the end, he said, thank you, Chinaza. So I thought, okay, I can only get your attention from Instagram, because I sent him messages on Facebook, he didn't reply. So I started commenting on his Instagram stories more and more, and I'll make contributions where there is need. Contributions matter. They need to see you as smart. Don't just comment nice one or, hey, wonderful, nicely written. Are you okay? So I did that for a couple of times, and then I would ask him questions. Maybe sometimes I'll be like, I hope you are fine. I genuinely care. Genuinely, I mean genuinely. If I like you like this, you'll be the one running away from me from too much caring. So I would ask him, hello, daddy, good afternoon. I hope you are well. Just checking up on you. Bye. Sometimes he will read and he will not respond. Yeah, I was not sending for him to respond, But he saw that this girl actually cares, and he must have visited my profile for him to keep responding sometimes. All right. Now, one day I told him, can we please get on a call? It was a very unusual request, but I told him, can I please get on a call with you? I need clarity in my journey, my social media journey. I'm finding difficulty in some places. He said, fine, give me time. We got talking. After that call, this is what I think that solidified Chinaza Favour in Daddy J.O.'s mind. After our call, I sent him a message. I said, Daddy, I noticed that you don't have a Wikipedia profile. And I have a friend who does Wikipedia profiling, right? So can I pay for you to get your profile done on Wikipedia? Are you interested? He said, fine. Yes, he's interested. I paid immediately. Oh, it's not small money. I paid immediately, and the person gave me details that she will be needing. I sent it to him. We have not done that profiling until today. But you know what? That place of service, that service did something. I am very sure of that. So why do you want to connect with the people that you are looking up to, or the people that you want in your space? What can you give? Don't be a parasite. Look for where to connect. Look for what to give. I connected with YBB recently. I had something to give. It was service. Service. If you cannot serve, if you don't have that mindset of service, I'm sorry, you cannot get anywhere. All right. So know where you are going. Be clear on where you are going. Show off what you are doing, what you can do. Right. Get the attention of those people and serve. I think service is the most important part here, the most important piece of the puzzle here. Serve as much as you can. Always look for ways to serve. Look for, if they don't need to ask you, tell them, can I do this one? Can I do this one? Right? There's no way they will not say no to your acts of service. But over time, it's not going to happen automatically. Over time, they're going to see you as valuable and they want to help you get to where you want to get. So sometimes you're reading now, Chinaza, that post, it shouldn't be there. Or Chinaza, we need to talk. This thing, you're supposed to start doing this. You're supposed to start doing that. And also, please, I know my time is off, but let me just say this quickly. It's not just about connecting with people that are high up, people that are in your level of influence. Can you connect with them? What can you give? Recently, a friend who is in my own level, he was one that pushed me to make a very big step, take a very big step in my journey now. So what if I was waiting for someone that is higher up? They might not even have that time. But someone in your level always have something to give. I keep saying it's service that will create way. Stop looking at God though. It's not God that will come down from heaven and start doing things for you, right? He will give you that idea. He might give you a little bit of opportunity to pitch in your idea or to serve, and that service will be what will blow you. Will make you, magnify you in the minds of people you want to connect with. So serve with all your might. There's no two ways about it.
Wow. I'm going to rename you to the Queen of Talk. You are competing with Oprah. Amazing points there. Guys, we've overshot our time, but we'll just round up in 2 minutes. Interestingly, talking about how to connect with people high up there. And I'm sorry, I apologize on live streaming. I was supposed to do a YouTube live. I ended up not doing it in January. Maybe I'll still do it now that I've spoken about it. The king has a need. You keep on looking at the people up there and you feel that they were created to come and serve your need. As Chinaza said, the day you identify the need of the king, that's your access into the palace. So that's for someone. Okay, I've done the YouTube live already. Yes, and talking about personality, I was trying to get the website when I got it. The interesting thing is your personality, as Chinaza said, is not cast in stone. Mm-hmm. People will say that I'm like this. How can you be like rubbish? You have been like this all the years of your life. And your life is like this. And common sense is not telling you that you should change. I have my people on the platform, and my husband, I think, is somewhere here. So he can, when I tell people that I'm an introvert, when Chinaza was smiling, I was talking, I was just smiling. I'm an introvert. I love my space. Don't make the mistake of coming to visit me in my house without telling me. You will not, the door will not be opened. I need to wind myself to be able to connect with you. So when Chinaza was just talking like, yeah, I'll be saying we are both 6-footers, by the way. I wish we were standing to each other. Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so you have to look at where you are going to. Take that personality test. The first time I took it, as she said, it was quite uncanny. I looked at areas of improvement in my life and I was deliberate about it. After 6 months, I went to retake it with sincerity and my personality type changed.
Thank you. I took another one. Sorry for cutting you short. I took another one last week and it was different. I was advocate. Advocate, yeah?
Yeah.
Now I am mediator. It's crazy. It changes.
Look at your weaknesses. And you can't be like rubbish. Get books, get training, get coaching. Your life must change. Now, both of you, I don't know how you do it, though. You have 1.5 minutes each. What has been your greatest challenge on this journey? And how did you overcome it? It's very easy when we are talking of things like this and people are getting encouraged, motivated. In your down moments, in those moments that it's like, is this thing actually working? Everybody gets there. how do you keep pushing? How do you keep in focus? How are you sure that you're actually on the right path? So Liberty, we have you 1.5 minutes, then we have Chinaza so that people can get back to work.
Yeah, that's a very, that's a very deep question that I highly share. But yeah, nobody is perfect. Nobody is. That's why you're not God. That's why you're a human being. We're all human beings, right? And so even the people that you look up to and think they're there, they still have their downtime. It happens, right? Yeah, sometimes life just happens and your expectations are not met, and then things seem to be falling apart, or the goals that you set for yourself, you're not reaching them on time, or there's a collapse or something. All of these things happen. I think my major, I don't think I have a major challenge, but I do have challenges as a human, right? We do have challenges. And some of those could be emotional challenges. Yeah, it's very important. If you're not in touch with your emotions, that's when you can say, oh, I'm not have emotional challenge. If you have emotional challenges, when I mean challenge, I'm not saying like bad, right? It means you're not in touch with yourself. It means you're far from reality in some sense. And so sometimes you have to do some reflections. And when I do some of these reflections, it gets to me emotionally. And guess what? I'm not Superman. As in, God doesn't just enter me and I'm back again. It doesn't work that way, right? When this happens, I get in touch with people. Again, people. And some of these people are top quality people that I can share my deepest emotions with, and I will not look back. I won't feel like, oh, someone is watching. These are the people, these are supposed to be my parents, right? That's how it's supposed to be. But I realize in Africa, we don't really have, not everyone has that opportunity to deeply connect with their parents. And sometimes you might find it more easier to connect with other people and share your problems with them without them judging you, or without being having that feeling of being judged. And so when this happens, I get in touch with my friends. My friends are 35 upward. I'm 24. I hardly make friends with. I don't know why that is, but yeah, I get in touch with my friends and they talk to me. And if I need to be scolded, I'm very happy. Thank you very much for this. If I need it, please scold me. If you are not scolding me, it means something. Can you scold me, please? Right? Find these people. That's just it. My deepest, some of my challenges are in the areas of emotions, dealing with them. I know where I'm coming from, and breaking out of that requires some level of can I use the word craziness or some other things, right? And so sometimes it gets to me, right? Those are some of my challenges. And so to get through that is connecting with people that care for me, that I care for, people that I'm connected with personally, just like Chinaza has rightfully said.
Wow, awesome. Thank you. Chinaza, 1.5 minutes.
Okay. My biggest challenge has been nothing physical at all. It's my mind. My battle is always in my mind. I am always fighting in my mind. When I said that, I talked to myself when I was 18. I still talk to myself at 25. Yes. I still feel like an imposter sometimes, because why not? You're human, and sometimes there are some milestones you will hit and you feel like, oh, hold on. Are you sure I'm worthy of this? Maybe tomorrow they might find that I'm fake, and I'm not fake. So where is that thought coming from? So I have to constantly remind myself that, okay, Tina, so you're worthy. I still tell it to it's not automatic. It's more like when I say be authentic. Being authentic is a choice that you make. When you enter into a room, you decide that I'm going to be my authentic self. When you stand in front of people to talk, you decide I'm going to talk in my most authentic being. I'm going to be my most authentic person, like I'm doing right now. See me, even blabbing, So it's all in my mindset. Sometimes I feel really, really down, really, really down. And like Liberty said, after talking to myself, or sometimes before I even talk, I even remember that I need to talk or have that conversation with myself. I reach out to one or two friends, and they remind me who I am. Because I forget sometimes, a lot of times, not even sometimes. They remind me, Chinaza, look, oh, you got to this place, see the battles you have won over the time, over the years. This is nothing. So they helped me to break that mindset at that point in my life. And I come back and I see this mirror here. It is my paddy. We talk all the time. If you stay with me for a day, you think I'm crazy because I talk to myself a lot. So my biggest challenge has been my mindset, those voices I hear in my head. But these days, I no longer allow them to define me. I tell them to shut up, right? I get people to help me on that journey. So see, life is actually a journey. It's not a one-stop something. You journey through life and you get better at managing these things and at, being yourself and living your best life, because really, really, it's just one life and you have to give it your all. I have to live it to the best. Thank you.
Wow, amazing. In the chat room, can I see your reactions? How has it been for you today? For me, it's been beyond amazing. Liberty, Chinaza, God bless you guys. I mean, my expectations were high.
Thank you for having us.
And you exceeded my expectations. So amazing. Please move. Follow for this, as in I was telling the team that you guys, you don't understand. I recommend these people with my full chest, like my full chest. So Day 2 Read Summit, we've done it again. Tomorrow we are going to be having 2 amazing speakers. Also, we are going to be having Eyitayo, the CEO of Utiver, and we are going to be having Dr. Hines from Morocco. In fact, I tease her. I say from Morocco to Harvard, come and cut us some soap. Yeah. So everybody, I'm sure that we are all fired up and ready to go, ready to turn our stories to our glory. We are looking forward to having you on the platform to share your stories. And from me to everybody, it's bye-bye till tomorrow.
Bye.
Liberty, Chinaza, thank you.
Thank
so much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.